All right, good day. Quick market update for us on Bitcoin and some of the majors in cryptocurrency. As we are going into the weekend, it is important for us to remain cautious. Why? Because we understand a lot of choppiness, a lot of things happen as we proceed into the weekend because um, the weekly close is in view and there's this war between the bulls and the bears to determine where or at what point the weekly candle is going to close. So I want to encourage everyone trading Bitcoin, especially at this moment of uncertainty in the market, to be very careful. Okay, but what are we looking at for Bitcoin? Over the last 2 weeks or so, have been bullish, yes, and a number of us have been bullish about Bitcoin, but it is important for us not to remain fixated, especially when we see price action and dynamics in the market going in another direction, as opposed to what we initially expected. It is important for us to just move along with market. We change bias as we see events unfold. Probably our initial bias um, for one reason or the other has been violated or compromised. So it is important for us to move as market moves. Okay. One thing is this: market does not care about our opinion. Market will not go up because we want it to go up. Market will not drop because we want it to drop. So we simply follow price action. All right. Now, one of those fundamentals out there is about this next wave of COVID-19, the second wave, and it is expected that it will hit market in a very terrible way. But let us just spare ourselves this aspect of analysis fundamentally. Okay, let's focus on price action and see what we have. All right, looking at Bitcoin chart on the weekly, starting from the weekly, it is important for us to know that over the last 3 weeks, Bitcoin in particular has been having difficulty to break across this level, to break above this level rather. Okay, this region for me, it is the most important aspect as at now, as you can see in the price chart. Okay, you can see this line here functioning as resistance from 2018, about 2 years ago. In fact, above 2 years ago. Okay, and each time we get to this point, you can see that the only time we went above it was weak, and we came down to close under, and another attempt. Right now, we've been fighting this region for some time now, but let's see what's happening at this point. Okay, about last week, we thought it was time for us to break above this level, and anytime we break above this level, it will be it's a significant milestone in the market because this may be the beginning of a bullish trend. Okay, the downtrend that we've been in since 2018 and late 2017 will be assumed to have come to an end, provided we break above this and close above it on a weekly time frame. But for now, we have not gotten that, and we are seeing weakness. One thing important is that we've rejected this region now for about how many times? First week, second week, third, and fourth time. This is the fourth weekly candle here, and it's not showing any sign of bullishness. So that is why I'm saying caution on the part of Bitcoin traders. Bigger picture, I'm still extremely bullish about Bitcoin because sooner or later this resistance will give way. Okay, resistances are to be broken, no matter how long it takes, no matter how difficult they appear. But one thing is this: we take it one step at a time. So I'm seeing a possible drop. Okay, yes, I'm seeing a possible drop on Bitcoin, and I have demarcated those zones that should be point of interest for us as we move forward. Okay, so let's start and say on the weekly, I said we can see that for about how many weeks now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For about 7 weeks, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 12 weeks now, we've been in an uptrend. Though we can see one or two red candles in between, but at the end of the overall picture has been up to the upside. Okay, so some retracement to the downside will still be an healthy correction. Okay, so it's something that is expected. It's not uncalled for. All right, but we just have to position ourselves in a manner that we be at the right side of trading. All right, if somebody had bought Bitcoin here, bigger picture, we are still buying it very cheap because we're still going to break the all-time high of $20,000 and the likes. Okay, but if you buy at this point, you are buying it relatively cheaper. Okay, so I'm thinking, and let's go into this technical analysis together and see what awaits us. Okay, this is a weekly chart. We can see this point, I said, is posing a lot of difficulty for Bitcoin to break to the upside. All right. So this line, this zone is my first zone of interest, about $7,600, $7,800 region. Why? Because we have an untapped region here. By that I mean, since we broke above this level, we have not retested it yet. And the likelihood is that in an event we are breaking down, we may likely visit this point for the last time. Okay, so I'm not saying we cannot dip below this level. I've not said that, but we will face it as we see price action unfold. Let's get to this region first. But momentarily, we may see some support at this level of $7,800 if this down spike is to play out shortly. All right. So looking at the daily time frame, what do we see? Yeah, on the daily time frame, this is what I'm looking at. Okay. But before we get to this point, before we get to this level of $7,800 the likes, there's another key level that is important for us to make mention. All right, this level here, yes. This is an important level, this $7,800, $7,600 region. It is very important. Why? Because over time we've seen it functioning as resistance before we broke above it, and at a later time we came around this point, we broke above it, we tested it, we see bait trap here, and we continue to grind upward. So this point is actually an important region for me. So the first point of interest, watch Bitcoin how it reacts at those points. It is likely we get support at this point, but in an event where we lose this point, so this is the next point we're expecting. But this is one thing I want us to take note of. This point is more important. This region is much more important. Why? Because taking this as the initial advancement, if I take Fibonacci reading from this point, if this is our A and this point is our B at the top here, we can see our 61.8 Fibonacci level almost coinciding with this key level. If I try and adjust it this way, I think it's more perfect this way. Yes. Okay. At the time we came down, we penetrated this level, but we still closed inside this region. So it shows this region is an important region for us to hold for Bitcoin traders. Let us watch out for what happens at $8,700 to $8,600 region. Okay, holding this level will be fine, and I expect us to, in an event when we hold this level as our C, don't forget our A, initial point of advancement, the B here, the end of advancement, and the C, we're expecting it to be around 61.8 and 78.6 Fibonacci retracement levels. So if this holds, so we expect to go and attack this extension, and by that we'll have enough momentum to break these resistances, the trend line and the zone above it. So it is very important to take note of that. So these two levels are important levels for us. Okay, this is the first point of interest. I said this is the 1.8 Fibonacci retracement level, and this level here, 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level. How do I expect this to play out? Just the same way we have this. This one has the starting point as our A level, and our advancement ends here. You can see that we went from A to B and we came to C, perfect type of 61.8 Fibonacci retracement, and you see our extension went above level B, of course, and we actually touched this level K, and we got to minus 21.4 extension level. So the same thing we are expecting to play out in an event that we see a drop from this level. Okay, if this is the initial, don't forget the first circle is completed from A, B, C, and D. Now we're starting another circle there. These are A, the highest point so far, our B, and our retracement level, our C. Okay, it could be here. Now, because we've had some penetration at this point before now, but you will notice that this had happened before we got our, this has taken place before we achieved our B. So we are not taking this. We are not counting it, okay? Because it did not happen after B has been actualized. Before C can before level C can be achieved, it must be that we have gotten our B already. All right, so this B came to place here, so we are looking for our C afterward. All right, so I'm expecting either our C to be here or our C to be 17.6. All right, so that's the first thing we are looking at, and these are daily charts. Let's go now. Let's see the 4 time frame. What do we have? You can see this particular trend line. Yes, we have symmetric triangle kind of a thing here, just that this chubbiness here. And it's a noise actually, we can neglect this. So we have something like a symmetric triangle at this point, and you could see at this point we have a breakdown, and we have seen a test, right? And it's rejected it again, a bearish test. Now, is it possible because of the chubbiness we have during the weekend? Yeah, it's possible for us to see a drive up a bit, okay, to test this level and possible start coming back. All in all, I would like to stay off market for now, especially for this weekend, and see what happens. Okay. Now, if this actually plays out, so it will be a good risk reward ratio to go short for those who want to take that trade. Like to take it this way. You can see a push to about this level. You can see a push to about this level. Yes, about this trend line level. Yes, with risk reward ratio around there. I think there's a good play. It's about 2.57. Okay. Point of invalidation should not be up to 9,000 actually. In my opinion, it should not be up to 9,000. Anything from 9,900. This last, we've been having high, right? This is lower high, okay? So I'm putting my stop loss a bit above this recent high. All right, something around $10,000, okay? Let's say $10,000 again. So this is a good risk reward ratio, about 3.24, 3.25. So you can see this push to the upside to about $9,600, $9,700. So it'd be good to enter short, all right, and target this region. So for now, my bias remains that the bears are in charge for now. For now, the bears are in charge. The only thing that will change this outlook is if we see an aggressive push to the upside and a close above this level, at the minimum on our daily time frame, you can see a close above this level. Then we can change our bias and say, okay, I think the base, they have woken up now. But pending that time, people have been calling 6,000s and all. I'm not saying that yet. And like I do say every time, I will take it one step at a time. There are a lot of supports before we get to 6,000 levels that people are calling for right now. So why don't we face it one step at a time? All right. So watch out for this region. Okay. Trade safe, be safe, be careful of the weekend choppiness. It's good if you are not so clear about the direction of the market right now. There's no shame there. Okay, just stay out, enjoy your weekend with loved ones. All right. So see you some other time.